Hello everyone, this is General Hagerty. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. In today's video, we're going to be continuing through the spring of 1916 turn. We took Germany's turn yesterday. We're going to do a few nations today, and we're going to start off with the British Empire. Before we get to them though, I had made a mistake. I rolled a D6 on diplomacy, and that's wrong. You're supposed to roll a D12. So let's re-roll that, and it was Mexico. Need a 3 or less. Okay, so they do get it. So I'll put Mexico back up to stage 3. All right, that was legitimate. Okay, so the British are going to go for depth charges and hydrophones. They need a 7 or more. 10. They finally get it. Wow. That is stage 4. Okay, then they're going to go for depth charges defense and depth. 6. They just missed that one. They need a 7. Okay, and diplomacy, they're going to go for Belgium. What are they at right now? Belgium is at stage 2. So they're looking to take Belgium to stage 3. You know what? I think I forgot to collect for Belgium last time. Yeah, I did. Huh. 4. So I did spend the rest of the money, and the dollar that I didn't collect for Belgium, I'm going to roll for Norway. 7. Okay, done. Now, purchasing, I have bought 5 infantry and naval infantry. I bought a tank, and I bought an artillery that's going to be built in the United States. So this is the point where all of the nations that are on the Western Front there, which is Britain, France, and Germany, all have to pay for tank technology. And I spoke about this in yesterday's video. I'll just go over it real briefly again. So for every stage that you haven't gotten tank technology, I'll just show you. France was the only one. They were sitting here. So Germany and Britain both had to pay 4, and France had to pay 3 to get tank technology. And we did that because, I mean, there were tanks in World War I. And we found in our playtesting that nobody was developing that technology. It just wasn't as good as the other technologies. But we really wanted tanks in the game. So anyway, those 3 nations have tanks now. I've already taken the French money and the British money, and Germany's and the German money actually. I took $4 less when I was giving them their money yesterday. So they're all paid up, and anybody else that wants it will have to roll for it. Okay, combat moves. Yeah, we got one up here. And we finally get to use that depth charge and hydrophone. So here we go. We have got 1, 2 out to this submarine, and let's take from here, let's take a destroyer out there. Okay, other side of the board now for the rest of them. Here, let's just take this with us, since I think most of our attacks will be down here. Okay, so over here, we're going to bring these guys over, try to kill this raider. And we're going to bring the seaplane down, and we're going to bring the destroyer up, try to hit that Ottoman boat, and then we're going to go 1, 2 into here with this, and we're going to bring the other transport, and we're going to bring a cruiser. All right, and we're going to bring 4 units. So of course the artillery's not getting off the boat yet on the first round, but we'll just put them there anyway. just because it'll save us from having to put them on the land afterwards. And I believe that is all the combat moves we can do. I just noticed something. I was painting a guy. Look at this. All of a sudden, they got German mechanized infantry for the British. Cool. It's one of those new 3D printed mechs. Anyway, yeah, okay, start rolling. All right. Get some dice out. Okay. Okay, yellow and gray for the landing shots for these guys. They're just corresponding with the color that is painted on the boats. So 1 at 3 and 1 at 2. The gray's at 3. Oh, got him with the cruiser. Okay, so there will be no fight there. And we'll flip that over. All right. Can you see what I'm doing over there? No, you can't. Okay. Here, let's move this up. So this attack was successful. And it was first strike. We can just put a chip under that now. Let's move that down. There we go. And then we'll take this one off. Okay. Let's move this back. Okay. So then we have a seaplane and a destroyer, a torpedo boat destroyer. Seaplane's at 3, torpedo boat destroyer is at 4. It works just like it does in the 36 game. So also we're going to get a gray dice because the Ottoman sub will get a shot back at the destroyer. Actually, no, he won't. That's only if he decides to stay in the fight. If he gets hit, then he's going to want to do that, right? Okay, so here we go. And they both missed. So the guy is going to submerge, obviously, the sub. Okay, then now we have the cruiser and the torpedo boat destroyer, and then the green one will be the cruiser raider, and that's down at the bottom by South Africa. So miss, 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 and the cruiser raider is going to leave. He's just going to do his little dance like he was doing before. So he's come over to here. Okay. And then we might as well just roll for that other battle with the sub. Just let me throw the dice around first. Okay. So we're going to try to hit the German sub. We've got a seaplane and a destroyer. Seaplane's a green one. Okay, we got him. There we go. Actually, we got him twice. Riddled him with bullets. So then the sub is going to shoot back at 3, I guess. And he missed. Okay, good. Good for the British, not so good for the Germans. All right. Believe that's all the attacks. Let's throw that over there. So, non-combat moves. The British don't have anything over here to move. Nothing they want to move anyway. Let's, okay, we'll go back with the seaplane. You know what? The seaplane's going to stay there. He's going to stay on combat air patrol. And this ship here, yes, this one, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go back here. Okay. Now those British ships have already moved. And we've got these guys down here. Looks like I need to build some railway down there, doesn't it? This cavalry can go 1, 2. Let's take these dudes and go 1. You know what? Instead of moving that over there, let's go down here. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go down here with that transport down to South Africa. Okay. And let's move this guy up. Here, I'm not moving this over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy up here, and I'm going to bring guys over. So I'll just do that. So that's that guy moving up, and then 2 guys moving in like that. Okay. I do believe that's all I can do down here. Okay, so this sub is off. Die. And we'll come back with the seaplane to here. And the destroyer can't move. So we have 5 infantry. Here, let me just turn this around a bit. There we go. We have 5 infantry here. Okay. We grab a 5 chip. We put them in there. And then let's take this off. Put a chip on. And move these 2 artillery over. Dope. There we go. With the 2 transports, we're going to move over the artillery and 4 dudes. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. That's not right. We're moving 3 dudes over from there, and then I guess 3 more dudes, aren't we? Yeah, 6 in total. 4. Wait a minute. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. There was a method to my madness. I just didn't know what it was. Okay, there we go. And then this guy is going to come across the water into Scotland. We'll bring the cavalry down to London. We're going to place that artillery in the United States. Let's put them in New England this time. Why not? And we're going to put 3 infantry in London, 1 infantry in the British Midlands, 1 naval infantry in northern England, and we've still got 1 more infantry to put on. So there he is, and the first tank goes on the board in London. If I had a factory on the mainland, I'd put them there. I think you can put them out. You might not be able to. I'll have to check on that. See if you can build tanks outside the home country. Let's see what we got there. Oh, the British went up $1 and the Ottomans went down. So the British are at 42 IPP, plus they collect for Belgium, that's 43. And let's see if we can roll more than Snake Eyes this time for our wartime economy. Oh, that one's cocked. That's a pretty good start. 9. What did I say we had? 43 plus 9 is 52 IPP. They'll take it. So let's move on. All right, Austria-Hungary. And they do have their major factory back this turn. Good for them. They need wartime economy big time. Come on, 7 or more. Got it. Holy crap. He'll probably roll snake eyes now. Anyway, good to have it. Okay, so they had 12 IPP, and they're not going to do any diplomacy. They're just going to buy 4 infantry this turn. Yeah, they don't have any freebies. They weren't able to take any territory last time. So let's just flip this around. And there we go. Okay. I think what Austria is going to do here, you know, if they had some artillery here, this would be the time to hit the Italians, because Italy does not have a trench line. However, all they have is infantry. And even though it doesn't look like it here, that's a mountain border. That's a fix that we're going to have to make to the map. I noticed it when Italy joined the game last turn, that that was missing. And I don't think there was a mistake made by the artist. I think what it was, Doug and I were talking about it, when they stretched the map to make Europe bigger, things got out of shape, right, slightly. And I think that this part here that should have been the mountain border was then, it wasn't removed, but it revealed that from roundel to roundel now there was no mountains. But I'm playing under the assumption that there is a mountain border there, because there will be when the maps are made, and they will be made, I believe, next week. But it's a good thing that we didn't start making them till now, because we did find a couple of mistakes, and you can't really see that until you have the map and you start playing on it. We looked at the map, I don't know, myself I must have looked at it at least 50 times, but you're only looking at a computer screen and you're just panning around, like this is all I could see, it's just right here, you know, and then I'm moving around, right? And without seeing it all and without using it, it's hard to notice something like a missing mountain border, right? Anyway, a couple of things that we found, and good thing we did. Anyway, I think I do have one attack though, actually 2 attacks. That seaplane there is going to go after the Italian subs, and this guy here, and the mountain infantry and the artillery are going to go down there, attack that one British dude. I think that's it, because I'm really suffering from a lack of artillery here. Germany probably should have led least them one on that turn. That probably would have been handy, but they didn't. So anyway, let's flip this around. And Austria are going into mountains. Let's kick up the mountain infantry to make him a 3. And we'll keep the other infantry at 1. But first, we have the artillery at 3, and that's an 11. That's not going to cut it. And then we have the mountain infantry at 3 and 2 infantry at 1. Oh, look at that. Got him with the mountain infantry. So then they have 1 infantry at 4, and they missed. Okay. So let's take a look down there. This guy's gone, the pie's gone. And Austria's pie goes down, and that's worth $1 too. That's good. Good, good, good. Okay, let's do our moving around before I get up and start changing charts and stuff. For sure, one of the things that we're going to want to do is form a trench line here, make things hard on the Russians. So that's 3 guys. So we want at least, okay, that's 6. You know what, 7 guys would be even better. And plus we're putting 1 in there. Okay. And we have a couple of artillery as well. Should we use both artillery there? Yeah, let's. Okay. Then we've got one artillery down here. We are definitely going to move him over to Austria. Plus we want a trench line over there. You know what? What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And 6 actually. If I take that guy off. So 6 goes back down. There we go. That'll keep the Italians busy for a while. And I did notice that there is a random event coming up that says you need to have a couple of ground units in Austria or it becomes a strict neutral. So it's actually there's a manpower icon of 3. We'll just put some units in there. You know what though? We can't put a guy in Serbia, so let's move this guy to Serbia. All right. And I think that's it for movement. So then we have, oh, we have a seaplane too. Okay. Seaplane at 3 or less. Missed. Okay, done. You know what, let's keep it here and then I'll throw the guys down. Where's my stuff? Here we go. This is going to be a 12. We can do it. We can do it. This is the wartime economy roll. Come on. 8. Well, that's not too bad. Okay. So let's move back here. We've got 4 guys to put down. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you know, I think we probably should play it safe and put them here. Because, if nothing else, to keep the Russians from not coming in, like not even attempting it. Because they've got a lot here and a lot here. If they concentrated their attack, they could get through there, I think. But we might be able to hold the trench line if we've got those 2 artillery, we've got the German, and then we've got a couple of extra infantry. So that's what we're doing. Okay. And Austria is up. I think these are all just 1. Yeah, 1, 1, 1. So they're up 3. Yeah, so in total they're up 3 and they have a base of 12. Oh, let's move the seaplane back before we forget. Back to Austria, I guess. So that's 15, and then their wartime economy a roll of 8, which means they collect 23. That's the most they've collected all game. So let's move on to France. Okay, on to the French Republic. And they got 2 major factories. So they're going to go defense in depth, 7 or more. And they get it. Okay, so that's stage 3. So they pulled even with Germany. Man, a lot of rolls have been wasted on defense in depth, haven't they? Ottoman is the only one to have it, but they started on stage 3 of that one. Okay, the other one they're going to go for, haven't done this one yet, it's this poison gas. Now everybody starts with tear gas, there's no effect to tear gas. So the first one I'll be going for is chlorine gas, and that's a 6 or more. Missed. Okay. And I got 1 free roll on the diplomacy chart. I'm going to go for Spain, 3 or less. Okay. That's not going to cut it. Okay. So, my purchases. First of all, let me just show you that I've put a task force marker down there. It was getting kind of crowded, so that's where everybody is. And that's what I purchased over there. Colonial troop, the artillery getting built in the United States, 4 infantry, and 2 trench fighters. Okay, So, 4 attacks. We're going to go with a seaplane at the submarine just outside of Gibraltar. And, you know, I think it would be a good idea for the French, a really good idea, for them to do an attack right now. Because we've started a new year and everybody's got to get that mandatory offensive in. By everybody, I mean the British, the Germans, and the French. And so I don't know that there would be a better time to do it than now, to try to take out Germany before they build up too much, right? So what do they got? They got 13 infantry, whereas France has 21 infantry. And the other thing is there's 8 British infantry there. So even if France gets diced, they still have a good trench line there of 8 infantry, right? And so that's what we're going to do. This will be the first time dogfighting in the game. Okay, so let's get a blue dice for the French. And let's just go with that black dice for the German. Okay. But that is not first strike. We've got to do the first strike first. So the Germans have, well, the French have 7 artillery, I believe. Let me just count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6 artillery. And there's actually a river there that they got to cross, but it's not going to affect the artillery, of course, right? So 6 at 4. No observation because the plane's going to be used in a dogfight. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy crap. Nice roll. Okay, let's just put that there. And then the Germans have 4 artillery and 1 heavy artillery. So the heavy will be black. Okay. Nothing. Wow. Wow. And they didn't have any observation either. Because again, theirs is going into, or sorry, yeah, theirs is going to be dogfighting their fighter. Okay. Okay. So what else do we got there? Let's do that dogfight right now. Oh, before we do, we got to take off the Germans. Let's take off 1 artillery and 3 infantry. Or, you know what we could do? Let's take off 1 artillery, the fighter, and 2 infantry. There we go. So I guess the French won't be using their fighter this turn. Sneaky little buggers. Okay. And the Germans didn't get hit. So 21, they got to go across the river. There's also a Zouave and 6 artillery. So the Zouave and the 6 infantry plus 1 would be, so 15 at 1, 7 at 2. 2, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This will be 10 at 1. Missed. 5 more at 1. Missed. And then 7 at 2. So 5, 6, 7. 1 hit. Wow. Okay. So let's just remember that. 1 hit. Now this is where they could get hurt. There's 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 11 Germans at 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just take these out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 9. Yeah, they did pretty good there. So 6 hits on the French and 1 on the Germans. Okay. There's definitely going to be a trench line, so let's take off 1 infantry for them. And we need 4 chips put that back down, so let's take these guys off. Would they get 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, can't do that. Okay, 6 there. Need 1 more. Okay, so that's the end of that attack. And the French have their mandatory offensive in. That was pretty good, especially since they didn't get hit on the artillery. That was really successful. They only took 6 hits. So they've still got 15 infantry left. That's really good. Okay. It's a shame that the British didn't get to go now, because this would be a good time for them to challenge that trench line. But the Germans are going to go first, right? So this might be the only time they get to challenge it. Unless they decide to go for Belgium. You know, they can do that to satisfy their mandatory offensive as well, right? Okay. So I've got some attacks at the bottom of the board too. I just wanted to get these ones out of the way up at the top here. So let's do that seaplane before we go down there. Okay, the seaplane missed, so the sub is going to submerge. And that's it up here. Let's go to the bottom now and do our attacks down there. This isn't normally how you do it, of course. I'm just doing it because I don't have to walk around and make a long video even longer. Okay, so you can see I put the marker down here. So these guys are going to, there's this and this. This guy can't reach over there. You know, unless, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, the other thing is, I've got 2 cruisers there, right? So 1, 2, 3. They're going to go over to that cruiser raider that I'd marked as well. And I do believe that's it for attacks down here, just those 2. Okay. So they've got 1 at 1 and 1 at 2, because I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, that's definitely desert. Either desert or mountain, so 1 at 1 and 1 at 2. And the cavalry is going to be at 2. Okay. So 1 at 1, missed. 1 at 2, missed. And the cavalry at 2, missed. Let's do that again. 1 at 1, 1 at 2, cavalry at 2, missed. 1 more round. 1 at 1, 1 at 2, and the cavalry at 2, missed. Okay, so that attack has been stymied. All right. Now we have 2 cruisers against a cruiser raider. The cruiser raider is going to be the blue dice. So the yellows need to hit at a 3 and the blue needs to hit at a 1. And there we go. Just 1 hit, and that would be the British, or sorry, the French cruisers. The British could not sink this guy to save their lives. So the French had to go down there and show them how it's done. Limeys. Okay. So we can take this pie off. because that's done. And non-combat movement down here. I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to move him over here. I'm going to take one of these guys up here, and this, if you look here, that's connected. So that guy's going up there, and then I have another one here to go right down here. Okay. And that looks like it down here. Oh, no, it isn't. These two here, let's just take one of them. No, let's take them both. So 1, 2, 3 into here. And that sub is not going to try and stop them. That's why I left the British seaplane here, because there are 3 things in here that says, okay, go ahead, try to shoot. And then these guys are going to come down. Actually, let's bring them both down. And let's bring this sub over. And I broke my gun. And this one, and the seaplane goes back. He didn't hit, did he? So let's take all 3 of these artillery and move them up to Lorraine. Okay, so we'll put a 5 chip on and take 2 off. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. We got 4 more infantry to put up there. The one thing about this game, you don't have to worry about, ooh, I got nobody down there. It doesn't matter. There's no airborne in this game. So you're not going to, you don't have a guy that's going to jump over, right? So 4 plus 1 is 5. Put this guy on. Okay. And then we need to put our stuff on. We've got the artillery that's going over to New England. And we've got, let's see, 3 infantry in Paris and 1 infantry in southern France. And we're going to do a trench fighter here. And a trench fighter in southern France. And that leaves us with only the colonial troop. And he's going right here. I'm pretty limited for French manpower icons down here. That's why I moved that guy over. I thought I'd do that so that, they have a chance at going to that guy next time if they want. Anyway, France did not get territory, did they? So they don't get to move up on that chart. And the cruiser raider doesn't count as a naval battle. 21 plus. They have Romania, that's 22. And the dice roll, 22 plus 9 is 31. Okay. There we go. France has 31. You know what? I was hoping to get further into this video. It's just that I've got stuff to do today. So I think I'm going to have to finish this turn off tomorrow. The spring of 1916. So I'm going to have to cut it off here, guys. So take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.